Justin Herbert has returned here in season 1 of our Chargers franchise after missing technically 6, but really 7 games as he threw just 2 passes before exiting that week 3 matchup after the bye week. He is back in the lineup for our week 11 matchup with the Denver Broncos. Now, despite the fact that this is obviously a big week with the return of Herbert, this will not be the spotlight game today. We played Denver this season, and coming up in week 12, we've got ourselves our first matchup with the Chiefs, and I'm very interested in taking a look at that one. So we'll sim quarter by quarter here, see if it's close by the end, and we might hop into the last few minutes here in Denver. But we lead 20-3 at half. Offense looking really good in Herbert's return. The Broncos do cut it to 20-13 here with 8 minutes remaining. We'll see if we can score again here. We do bring it back to a 2-score game, but let's see if we can finish this one out in the last 3:20. Need a defensive stop here to seal the victory against the rookie quarterback Paul Geezy. Saw him in his second ever start back in week 2, and that's the episode that Herbert got hurt in, so it's only fitting that we face the Broncos again when he returns. Fox and Bosa combine for the sack on first down, bringing up 2nd and 19. Play action fake. Off balance throw from Geezy, and it's knocked away. Everett Garland continues to be a very impressive undrafted free agent for us. 3rd and 19. Broncos set up screen for Javonte Williams. Nice rally by the Chargers to stop him well short, but of course, Denver will go for it on 4th down. Geezy has time and has a man. He had to go up and get it, but Marvin Mims makes a very nice catch. Fresh set of downs for Denver. Overshoots him there on the corner route. 191 yards in the air for Geezy, trying to get that 200 mark here on this last drive. But an incomplete pass there will make it 3rd and 10. And a free rusher comes. It's a fumble. Dyan Henley was the one to force it. The Chargers are on top of it. And that's going to seal the deal here. 6-3 now the record for our Chargers. And I was really hoping to be 500 when Herbert returned. We ended up 5-3. So this team, I think, was better than expected without him. But make no mistake about it, we are happy he has returned here. In 6-3, things looking very good for the first season under Harbaugh. Defense made a lot of plays in today's game. We got an interception from Derwin James. Got some upgrades here after this Broncos game. We'll start with rookie corner Antoine Portis. Going to get a +2 to his zone coverage, getting him into the 80s for both man and zone. Like to have those corners well balanced, of course. Be able to cover whatever is called by the coordinator. We get more zone coverage and man coverage than we do pass rush there. Another reason that I prefer the 4-3 in Madden. Those outside linebacker upgrades are just like, why is a pass rush upgrade giving me +3 to my coverage? It just doesn't make sense. Now that we've passed the mid-season mark, Asante Samuel Jr.'s interest has gone up by quite a bit. He's only looking for $9 million a year, and that's exactly what he's going to get. We lock him up for the next 5 years. We come back to Keenan Allen for the same offer we had before. This time he's more into it. And then we're going to sign the stud UDFA Garland. So this is what is left. I think we'll probably wait for the offseason to make our decision on the rest of these guys. A lot of them are veterans or more kind of roster bubble guys here. So that's going to bring us to this week 12 matchup against Kansas City. There are quite a few scenarios that we had to go through before we get into this game. First off, we're going to praise Chris Jones. Don't want any bulletin board material. And let everybody know that we're up to the challenge against the hot team. The Chiefs are 8-1 as we sit here to begin week 12. So definitely a formidable opponent, and they're going to challenge our win streak. It's currently sitting at a 3-game win streak. And always fun to see a matchup of two high caliber quarterbacks, and that's what we've got today. I think we want to stop Mahomes getting the easy stuff. The Chiefs are good in the medium part of the field defensively, but I think that's really where this offense shines. And so we're going to go strength versus strength there and see if our offensive strength can't beat their defensive strength. And this will be, of course, the first matchup with the Chiefs of this franchise series. You got to imagine they'll be one of the toughest opponents, if not the toughest, on our way to try to win the Super Bowl. But the good thing is we get plenty of tries to figure out what works against them before a potential playoff matchup. Pacheco coming off a 152-yard performance his last game out, and I'm excited to see Justin Herbert for the first time since the injury. The touchdown-to-interception ratio is not great with him, but I really was impressed with just how kind of automatic it felt like the offense was when he was on the field. As much as I was impressed with what we got from our backup in these episodes without him, it was, a little bit more up for variance, where it felt like with Justin Herbert at the helm, this offense's success was inevitable. And we'll have to see if that's still the case today against a very strong Chiefs defense. But it'll be our defense that takes the field first against Mahomes and this Chiefs offense. His touchdown interception ratios, that's pretty good. 10-1. I think you'll take that anytime you can get it. Starting the game with a dump off here to Kadarius Toney over the middle. And it's those short throws that I'm hoping that we can make a little bit more difficult on Patrick today as this game goes along. In a 3 on the first rushing attempt of the afternoon for Pacheco. From under center, Mahomes back to pass. And I think the Chiefs will take Kelsey guarded by Bosa every single play that they can get it. A nice move to the inside by Bosa. And that just leaves Mahomes no time to react. I mean, what a pass rush move. It's beaten coverage the previous play, though I'd say no fault of his own. But comes right back and makes up for it. That's going to bring up 3rd and 15, and going to the ground. The catch is made by Cole Harmon. Can't get off the field on 3rd and 15. Mahomes going to throw towards the sideline, gaining 6. Hardman's second reception today. Now Mahomes past the sticks. Seeing a lot of Cole here on this first drive. Clean pocket. Mahomes surveys, just couldn't quite find what he wanted. Some good coverage on the back end. Bring up 2nd and 10. Fullback in the game. It's play action. Mahomes ripping it downfield, and that's caught by Rashee Rice inside the 5. Showing off the arm strength on that one. RPO, going to get Rice, and a nice block. Will be an easy touchdown for Kansas City. They just marched right down the field on that one. Through the air. Not much difficulty. So, at least from what we've seen on the first drive, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Herbert to keep up today. Again, the touchdown interception ratio not great in those first 3 games, but you gotta love the yardage output and the completion percentage. Herbert from a clean pocket. It's dropped by Jerry Dupree. These two had quite the connection in their first 2 games together. Hoping that can continue. Herbert to Dupree again. This time it's hauled in past the 40. The first Herbert completion we've seen on this channel in the last few episodes. Eckler's first attempt of the day will go forward for a gain of 4. And now Spiller, who's continued to impress more and more as the season's gone along, with a gain of 5 on his first rush. Dumping it off to Austin Eckler on 3rd and 1. That'll be plenty enough to move the chains. Under center. The give is to Eckler. He's juking out players at the line of scrimmage and finding space for 8. Did not look like much was there initially, but a great job by Eckler to find something to do. Brenton Johnston hauls in his first catch today. A lot of confidence shown in him with the trade of Joshua Palmer by the Chargers earlier this season. And he's been a solid wide receiver 3. This team definitely, goes pretty heavily to their top 2 wide receivers as well as their tight end. So not much is asked of their wide receiver 3, but he delivers what is asked typically. And speaking of those top 2 wide receivers, here's Keenan Allen, who if I had to say one player who's the most excited that Justin Herbert's back, it's probably Keenan. He was far more productive with Herbert than he was with Max Duggan here. And his second reception of the drive will take the Chargers to the 1. And off to Spiller, and he's in for the touchdown, Chargers. We matched the opening drive from the Chiefs. Started a little rough with the 2 straight incompletions, but after that, it looked just as automatic as that Chiefs drive did. Mahomes, he's rolling right into the waiting arms of Joey Bosa to start the Chiefs' second drive. A loss of 11 on first down. But Joey getting a little bit too excited, maybe wanted 2 sacks back-to-back here. Instead is going to give the Chiefs 5 free yards. Still a 2nd and long. That'll turn into a 3rd and long, because the CPU loves running on these 2nd and very long plays. I don't know why. Mahomes has a man way past the sticks and past midfield. Rashee Rice catch and run all the way to the 45. That's the 2nd time we've gotten Kansas City into a 3rd and very long and just haven't been able to get off the field. Now you got to give credit to Mahomes, of course. He's a tough guy to get off the field no matter the situation. RPO here, back to Rice. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 from the 40-yard line. Mahomes dumps off to Pacheco. That'll get them to the 30. 10 of 11 for Patrick so far. Things looking very easy. Into the flats once more, and he just outruns Tuli Tuipulotu. Way too much pass rushers in coverage. I understand that's part of the 3-4. It happens, but Madden does it like all the time, and it's picked! Asante Samuel Jr., we just signed him to a 5-year contract extension, and he's going down the left sideline. He will get caught, but not until he gets to the Kansas City 31. A massive return after the big-time interception. This second drive looked about as automatic as the first. But Asante Samuel showing why we wanted to keep him around. Sack here on first down will be more of a small loss here, just 2nd and 12. He finds Deshaun Dent. Honestly thought that was going to Keenan Allen there, but Dent with a nice catch. Spiller gets a beautiful block from Ian Thomas, and that springs him into the end zone. Wow, what great blocking, and then the explosion up the field by Isaiah Spiller. He did not get touched on his way into the end zone. I got to watch this Ian Thomas blocks 42, comes up and throws the key block to spring him open. That was some Lewis Smart level blocking, if I do say so myself, from Thomas there, who's not particularly known for it, but I'll take what I can get. 2nd and 7. Mahomes throws to the sideline. Finally able to force an incompletion here. And we do it again on 3rd down. He's going to run it. Derwin James had him. Leonard Williams almost came in and pushed him past the 1st down marker. It will be 4th and inches, though. When if you look, I'd like Derwin James to absolutely pop Mahomes there, but Leonard Williams almost came in and gave him the 1st down. Luckily for us, we do get the stop as Kansas City decides to punt on 4th and inches. And we'll start with a gain of 7 to Johnston. Isaiah Spiller, another big run. This one will take us to the 46-yard line. 5 for 37 and 2 rushing touchdowns today. I really like what we have with these 2 backs complementing each other, providing a little bit different here. This time, Eckler is stopped for no gain. Another very short completion here. Herbert's last 2 completions have gone for a total of 2 yards. So it'll bring up 3rd and 8. He's got Keenan Allen on the wheel routes, wide open. And enough for a first. Keenan's 3rd catch of this first half. Play action. Herbert has Jerry Dupree. He's inside the 5. Can't quite cross the goal line, but he's down to the 2. An explosive play from our superstar rookie. 1st and 10 from the 2. Herbert, he has Deshaun Dent, our other highly productive rookie pass catcher. He is open for the touchdown, and that is the first time we've seen Herbert throw a touchdown pass in quite some time. A little touch pass there to Kadarius Toney. Will gain 7. Rashee Rice gets Kansas City a 1st down. Mahomes under center for this play, and it's a give to Isaiah Pacheco. Nice job sorting through his blocks there to gain 6 yards. Underneath, that one's dropped by Mecole Hardman. Asante Samuel Jr. there to help make the play. Read him like a book. Pacheco on 3rd and 4 does fight for the 1st down. Thought he might have been stopped up a yard short, but he always fights for those extra yards here. Here he gets another reception. This one going to go for 9. Chiefs in Charger territory in the 3rd straight. Pass to Pacheco. Gets him to the 40. Empty formation. Mahomes downfield has Travis Kelce. He's in the red zone. He's inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Down under a minute left in the first half. And Kansas City trying to get a much-needed touchdown here to make things just a 1-score game going into the half. Mahomes has a man in the back of the end zone. Travis Kelce hauls it in. And the Chiefs do find their 2nd touchdown here. And, without that Asante Samuel Jr. interception, this is a tie ball game. So that's been one of the more massive plays here in this first half. Los Angeles will just take this one into the break, which I can't blame them. So 21-14 will be the score heading into halftime here. Kansas City with 200 first half passing yards. Not done a great job stopping that, as we see the Raiders would lose by 1 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, dropping below 500 elsewhere. The Broncos pick up win number 2 on the season. So nice job by them. Defeating the Jets, dropping them to 6-4. That's one of the teams we might be competing for a wild card if we can't end up winning the division. So got to love seeing a loss there. Rookie Pat Arrington down with an injury after that gain of 7 to start the second half. Spiller will get the first. He was right on that borderline first down, and the refs will give it to him. Dump off for Austin Eckler. Just going to be a gain of 1. It was a hard fought 1 yard for sure. Throw to Deshaun Dent on second down. Will move the chains. Gain of 9. Delayed give to Austin Eckler. The blocking shapes up, and he carries defenders for a couple extra yards. They'll call it 9, all said and done. Eckler trying to pick up the first here, but a great play by Willie Gay. Making a 3rd and 1. Play action pass. Herbert towards the sideline is broken up. Going for Ian Thomas, and Willie Gay pretty much single-handedly gets the Chiefs a stop, so they'll have a chance to tie it here. In this third quarter, Pacheco been heavily involved out of the backfield in terms of helping avoid some sacks here for Mahomes. And that one's picked off again. This time it's Portis. He's running up the left sideline, and no one's gonna get him. It's a pick 6 for the Chargers. The second time we've turned Mahomes over today. The defense has allowed a high completion percentage, a ton of yards, but we have created turnovers as well. And sometimes that's the best you can do against Patrick Mahomes. You can't stop him every play, but if you can come up with the big plays, like that one right there, it's going to seriously help your chances of winning, as we are back on top by 2 touchdowns here. Chargers in a similar situation now that they were at the end of the second quarter, trying to bring this back to a 1-score game. Kelsey, catch and run for 7 yards on first down. You know, despite the game plan being to stop the short pass, that has been something we have had very little success stopping. Except for, 1 pick 6, which is a pretty big deal. Mahomes, short pass again, and this is a massive play for Gray, the tight end for Kansas City. Mahomes lofting it, finds Travis Kelsey, his tight end 1. It's going to get them 1st and goal from the 8 after a big play between one of the most productive duos of this generation. 2nd and goal from the 1. It's a pitch out to Pacheco, but Derwin James gonna make him lose 5 yards on the play. Just shot through the gap there and did not let Pacheco free. Throw to Kelsey on 3rd down is broken up by James as well. Derwin James showing up massively here inside the 10, forcing Kansas City to just a field goal for that drive. Eckler, his 7th carry of the day, goes for 5 yards. Under center, Herbert throws outside for Jerry Dupree, just led him a bit too much. One of the rare misfires from Herbert today. And this time he's got Jerry Dupree. He's up the seam, and he's to the 20, to the 10, and touchdown. Los Angeles Chargers, a massive play on 3rd down. And Dupree continues to deliver week by week. Not only are we seeing the highs with this guy, but just incredible consistency. Rare you see that from someone in his first season in the NFL. We've seen it a couple times recently that makes it feel not as rare, with the likes of Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. But the Chargers have something special in Jerry Dupree. Mahomes downfield. He's got another interception. It's Asante Samuel Jr. 2nd. What a game he's having after just re-signed with the Chargers. He's coming out and balling his very next game. And that $9 million looking like an underpay from what we've seen so far. Great blocking there on the right side. Get Eckler a first down. Third quarter almost coming to a close here. Lofted for Quentin Johnston down the left sideline. Shout out to Garrett for hitting the sub button during this massive play. And we're going to start the fourth quarter at the 4-yard line. First and goal. A touchdown away from maybe sealing this one up. We're not going to get it there, though. Nice play by Connor to break it up. And on second down, dropped by Ian Thomas. Would have been a sick touchdown. Instead, we've got third and goal for Deshaun Dent. And that's the second touchdown reception for the rookie tight end today. And that puts Los Angeles up 42-17 against the 8-1 Kansas City Chiefs. Our number one rival here in the division, and it really came down to the turnovers. I mean, we had a tough time. Did we force Kansas City into one punt? But we got a big stop in the red zone to force them to a field goal. And we got the 3 interceptions. One for a pick 6. The other was a red zone interception. You know, all interceptions are big, but those 2 were massive. And they've sprung us toward victory today. 24-45 would be your final. After simulating, looks like Mahomes threw a 4th pick. So 3 touchdowns, no picks for Herbert. He was awesome today. Spiller was awesome as well once more. 2 touchdowns for Deshaun Dent, 7 catches. Only 4 catches for Dupree, but for 121 and a score. Keenan Allen had a good start, but didn't get much involvement in the second half. To be fair, we had a big lead for a lot of it, so there's not much need. So Diane Henley would pick up an interception during the simulation here. So Spiller earns himself an upgrade. It's awareness, 3 awareness, and a ball carrier vision. Ball carrier vision is pretty important in these types of series, so I'll take it. Though maybe not the most exciting upgrade. And Asante Samuel Jr. 4 press, 2-man, and a speed. That's what I'm talking about for an upgrade. Gets his press into the 70s. Just not so big of a weakness. So we've got some scenarios to finish after this win. Gonna enjoy this win for an additional 24 hours and pick up 2,500 XP doing it. And we've stolen the Chiefs' momentum. Make that 5,000 XP for everyone on the team. You got to love it. And 6,000 XP for the whole team. So because of that, as you can imagine, there was a really big pool of upgrades, including 3 upgrades for Javier Teal here. We're going to go through these pretty quickly just because there are so many. But this is pretty much going to wrap up what we're doing for this episode with these upgrades. Extending our win streak to 4 was, of course, really big. And being able to really beat Kansas City, who was 8-1 coming into the game in that kind of manner, was not something I expected in the slightest. But I'm sure glad we were able to do it. Now, just for next episode, to get you looking forward to something, we will be doing our first look at the draft. I've been waiting about as long as I could because I was wondering if I should do kind of the clips that we showed in the first off season for that, and I will be showing the clips, but I was debating whether or not to do it in the regular season or wait till the off season. And I think I'm going to wait till the off season because it's kind of like, you know, the top 30 visits. That's kind of the storyline that I want those clips to be generated from. You know, we brought them in for one of our visits, and those happen in the off season. So I'm thinking for the rest of this franchise, we'll be formulating the off seasons in 2 parts. Basically, part 1 will be free agency and the draft preview. That's when I'll get all the clips of these guys, and we'll get kind of everybody that I like throughout the draft class. And then part 2 will be the draft and training camp. If I'm not going to stream preseason, then I could include the preseason in that second part as well. So that's kind of going to be how we format our off seasons for the rest of this series. But back to the end of this episode. I mean, what a massive, massive win. Not only does that bring us to just a half game back from the Chiefs, as we would currently have the tiebreaker against them, and 7-3 versus 8-2 now, but the 6,000 XP for everybody. As you can see, pretty much our entire depth, almost at least, got 2 upgrades. So, and then a lot of our starters did as well, particularly our young guys. I mean, if you're looking at a lot of these guys, I mean, Fehoko is maybe not a good example. In fact, I would end up just doing everybody else at once here, but a lot of those guys, that's a full bar. A lot of them, it's 2 full bars. So that's all I've got for the episode. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon with more Chargers content, and I will see you then.